deed of reconciliation signed with Parihaka, 10th of June 2017. Our hearts were hidden under a korowai of cloud. The homeless song drifted 3 inches above the land, like the charcoal and smoke wafting from the fires and musket shot of desolation. Here peace was raised low by fear and greed, and the promises broken long before the harvest could be reaped, before the bread of welcome could be broken on the hard soil of Parihaka. Parchment promises evaporated like mist on a Taranaki morning. Dark shadows sold what was not theirs to sell, but we pretended not to see, not to hear the counsel of Rangatira Weramu Kingi. This was the arrogance, the touch paper that sparked the flame of war. This raging greed for land was a blunder worse than a crime, said the papers of the time. It was insanity, the beginning of Holocaust and tragedy without end. And so it was, the dark stain of this young country, and its shattered and forgotten treaty, ran a fast-flowing stream of shame down through time, down past that rock, that steadfast rock to which the woman clung to cleanse and purify their bodies, on which our regretful hearts were broken in sorrow, stranded, waiting for the promise, for the healing that for far too long never came. But what is this we hear? This sorrow soon to know the balm of a full-throated admission of wrongdoing by the Crown, who at last have dropped their heads in shame at the doing of this immense and enduring harm, that eroded and undermined the guiding lights of Te Whiti and Tohu, the 2 birds of knowledge, that robbed at gunpoint that Taranakitanga, that cultural and spiritual flame. On this, our apology is spoken with a straight tongue. Our Crown failed to respect the mana and sovereignty of the ground, and our forebears were silent as integrity was buried, the land taken and the gates of war opened at Waitara. There broken was the promise and trust, as each shell fell and crushed and scorched the earth and razed the villages. Or looking back we say, forgive us, this was without justice. And we were wrong to suspend the course of law, and without trial to imprison those who sought to show us the path of peace, who grieved and struggled to survive, incarcerated far from home. Wrong was the immense prejudice, the blinding greed, the superior air that drove the land confiscation, the raupatu. We lower our eyes in apology. Our actions were indiscriminate, unjust, and disgraceful. And so, at last, the door begins to close on 150 years of shame. But the stain still remains, and this future together is bound in the hope that reconciliation will be a catalyst in healing the trauma that has inhibited Parihaka's recovery. And this, hopefully, will be the catalyst that determines the Crown will never again treat its citizens with such blatant disregard for their humanity.